In today's session, we're going to channel the energy of Jesus to ask important questions. And through this experience, we will all learn something together. As a level 2 quantum healing hypnotherapist, I have developed a unique modality known as hypno-channeling. This technique involves hypnotizing a channeler's subject to connect with various spirits, revealing deeper truths about the universe and human life. If you have any paranormal or near-death experiences and would like to know the truth behind them, contact us through healingandretreats.com. As we invite Jesus' energy, we will seek guidance on trust, free will, and the meaning of life. What does it mean to truly trust? How do we navigate chaos to find peace? Join us as we explore these profound topics and uncover the deeper truths of the universe.
And now, I'd like to invite Jesus' energy to be here so we can ask some questions. And this way, we all learn something from you. So when I count to 3, you'll be here. 1, coming through this body. 2, almost here. And 3. Hello.
Hi.
Very good. Am I speaking with Jesus?
Yes.
Very good. Thank you for being here. And so this person, Z, let's say he's one of, or acting as one of his spirit guides as well, or his master.
I am an ascended master.
So you're guiding everyone.
I guide those who themselves will also be ascended masters.
Ah, I see. So I'd just like to ask this one, when I was doing the ayahuasca journey in Colombia, the last thing I saw was you and me, where you were sitting under a tree, and I was not sure who was my master, and I was a man. And then I said, "What's your name?" And you said, "Any name. Call me any name." And then I moved my awareness to the front, and I saw it was you. You were guiding. I'm one of the persons you were guiding.
I was visiting you as your energy called to me.
I see. And anything you want to let me know?
Much like how I found enlightenment under a tree, you were under similar energies of the circumstances I have awakened to. You found the truth, and the truth is love.
Yes.
This is also why I appeared on earth, to spread unconditional love in the period of time when it was most needed to restore hope in the dark ages.
I see. So right now, what's going on in our society is there are a lot of chaos, a lot of changes. So we need more lights.
There is always chaos before the peace. Chaos is inevitable, as peace cannot exist without chaos. When chaos reaches point, it must come back in return, like a pendulum in full swing.
Like a boomerang.
Yes, it is part of one whole. They are not separate. They are only two sides of the same coin.
Or like the wave. There's up and there's a down. With no down, then the wave cannot go up.
Yes. Currently, humanity is looking mostly from one side, but this cannot be constant. There will be change in awareness and a shift in consciousness to perceive the different side as well.
Questions?
So what does it mean to fully trust in everything? And what does it mean?
To fully trust means to not question or harbor any energies that will block that trust.
So I learned that it's easy to trust things that we know or we have some sort of understandings, but to trust something totally unknown is hard.
Easy and hard are construct made by the mind. It is an illusion, as all things are one. It is only a perception that creates what you perceive as easy and difficult. By shifting your perspective, you can change the way you see things, and thus the things themselves will change.
So there's nothing difficult.
Difficult is a value you put. It is an excuse, as you would say, just like drinking water would not be considered difficult to you, but would be considered impossible to an infant.
So would trust be a type of vibration that you shift into, or is it an action? Would you see it as an emotion?
Or I feel trust is like a state of
Oh,
being.
yeah.
All things are emotions or trust creates a frequency that affects your field. And only when you have complete trust and no question, your energetic field be authentic to what it's meant to be.
So can we say trust is a state of being that you are no longer resisting?
Trust is the default when there is no questions or even the concept of trust.
You just go back to being like a child where you just know that you're in good hands. For example, your parents who will do everything for you. You just shift into that state of like just knowing.
Yes, your needs will be met, and that will make it so. Only when you have doubt does that bring in the other dimension of duality into your reality.
Or when you doubt, so you're bringing a different reality.
It shifts your energy, and thus you are jumping realities, and the possibility of more realities can occur.
So how would you explain it to someone, let's say, who has layers of negative, layers of fear? Would it be any practical steps you would let them know? This is how you trust.
When an entity is full of negative frequencies, trust is not the issue. It is the energetic loop feedback that they are trapped in. They must raise the level of frequency to first get out of the negative frequencies. They should not be focused on negative, as that will create more negative.
So because you put energy into it.
You put energy into a reality that you are choosing. At every moment, you choose a reality by the energy you give out to the universe.
So let's say there's this concept of free will, because we're all the creators, but there's also this concept of like, we have chosen a theme to explore in this lifetime. And I find that those two concepts sort of, it puzzles me because I feel like sometimes you can say you can do whatever you want, but also have a path that you're trying to explore as well. And if you trust, you will be on that path. But let's say you have desires of doing certain things, but how do you know if it's of your path or not? How do you sort of just ease into that?
Free will comes in many layers. There is your human free will, where you believe that is the global consciousness free will. You come into this world with a soul contract, and that is your purpose. That is your mission. You came with a compass to guide you toward that path. That compass is your heart. If it resonates, with your heart, that is towards your path.
The resonation is from your soul.
It is a soul frequency, yes. Your soul knows the path it must take. The free will you suggest is a program that has been installed to make you think that free will is free will.
And also we need to, when we're taking any actions, so if we want to know if this is the right path, and you ask yourself if this is something that excites you.
If it's something that gives you energy, that charges you, you can use that as a compass too. Whenever you do or watch or hear or say something, ask yourself, how did I feel before and after?
If you feel more empowered.
Yes. If you feel more energetic, excited, alive, and in tune, then that is something you should be doing more of.
But sometimes, this is at least I feel like when I'm doing something not very nice or saying something not very nice, I also can get some type of joy. Well, what do you say about this?
The joy you're feeling comes from the ego. It is a thin line between the heart's intuition and the ego's emotions. It is only when you become in tune with yourself and you make distinctions.
So to distinguish if the joy is from the mind, from the ego, or from the heart, is like when I'm saying something not very nice to someone, I feel, okay, I get some sort of joy, but then I wouldn't say I want to do this again. I wouldn't be excited doing it again. So then that is not the true joy.
If you think back in retrospective and it still makes you feel the same as if it has happened in the moment, then perhaps that does resonate with your soul. However, your energy shifts at every moment. You think back at the time of the event while you are in a more neutral state of mind is important.
I want to ask, what can animals teach humans? For example, cats or a dragonfly.
Animals are different from humans in that they have no concept of time. They are only in the moment, acting on their intuition and instincts. They can teach us to be who we are at every moment without fear, without judgment, to be free, to fully express.
That's one of their purpose in our world.
If you choose to see it that way.
How can we help them not be afraid of, for example, my cats don't like going to the vet. They freak out. But I want to tell them, we're doing this because we want to make sure your physical body is healthy. But they have a lot of fear.
Animals also have
What?
a soul fragment
Oh,
of source, like we do as humans, or spirit, or anything, even a rock. They have energy like all things, and some things will resonate with them more than others. This can be related to their soul experience in their past. Perhaps they chose a certain body, a certain time to come into this world for a certain experience and a certain purpose. They will not be able to differ from that like the same way humans can. They fully act on their instinct, trusting fully that is the right thing to do in every moment. You can build up the trust by being consistently, slowly persuading, but not trust that it will happen immediately because their energy takes time to shift.
so trust, no fear, is more than that.
In what context are you talking about?
In general, I feel if I say I have no fear versus I trust, I feel trust is stronger.
Trust is a higher frequency word in today's society than fear. In that way alone, it means something completely different on an energetic level. But this is all because of the values that humans and society put into it. The words could totally be flipped as long as the energies stay the same.
Is it possible to have no fear at all as a human being living in this timeline?
It is possible. It is a difficult journey and requires lots of introspection and consistency. But it is possible and is related to the state of enlightenment.
So you, when you were on earth, you had very little fear, or you trusted?
There was no fear. There was only love. Fear cannot exist where unconditional love is. What is your definition of perfect?
Did you hurt people using your words? No, of course not intentionally. Did you kill bugs, for example?
I hurt people with words. That is why I was hated and crucified. You cannot satisfy all humans. All you can focus on is yourself, on who you are, your authentic energy, unconditional love, to show the way. And eventually, people will start to see that that is a way.
Very good. So we like to do this kind of channeling with you, when we are, let's say, doing the workshops. And so, because instead of we talking about what do we know, to let you, let's say, there's a hypno-channeling, demonstrate what you can teach, what is the truth of the universe. And so that this is a good way to spread the message out.
The message will be spread when the time is right. The message is already out there in all of the ancient texts, in plain sight. It is only when the student is ready does the master show himself. Only when you are ready can you see the signs.
Every time I feel when we're doing this way, I learn something that it's not I don't know, but I feel like I understand at a deeper level. But I don't think we have books or like this really talk about things at this level.
At what level specifically?
So like when you talk about trust, I feel I understand much more now. Every time I talk to you, I feel this way. That you explain, you really get to the deepest truth about everything. And that's what we need.
I am ready whenever you are.
Very good. And I appreciate your teaching today. And we will invite you soon again.
It
Thanks
has been my
again.
pleasure.
Thank you.